Hello, hello, good people of the world of old. So I'm not sure I'm going to be starting today, as of course, as we announced on Discord, this will be the last weekly stream. So I'm not sure what to start. There's a good chance that whatever I start, I will try to complete, unless it's a complete failure. This game, I'm probably going to be attempting something challenging. Maybe I'll continue and conclude the game if something starts that is a bit promising, but off the regular streams, most likely. So maybe streaming on the weekends, or maybe streaming another weekday in the evening, or maybe at another time. So we'll see. Oh, hello, Fluffy. Welcome, welcome. So I was thinking, one thing I played once, which was quite a challenge. So we have all DLCs active, no mods, I believe. I'm going to go for one city challenge, all victories on, and I think I'm going to attempt multiple continents. And why that is because I played these settings with random maps, random map script. I mean, this setting a few times, and twice I got the chance to. Do you have any new games in the pipeline? I don't know, maybe, who knows. Welcome to stream, Tiger to Rest. So we haven't announced any new games, and well, we are still working on Old World, as I believe can be seen by the weekly patches and the recent DLC we released. But there we are. So yeah, I was saying one thing I attempted a long time ago, as I'm a fierce OCC player, or at least I play OCC a lot, and I enjoy the setting quite a bit, was to do one city challenge conquest, meaning winning by killing everyone. I attempted that about a year ago, and I finally managed it. And since we have added additional victories, so the first game I deactivated all victory conditions so that I would have infinite time to do it, because the AI essentially cannot win unless they eliminate me in these conditions. But then I tried it again on random map with all victory conditions active. And I managed it again, and even managed to pile up all 4 victories. Well, not time, because I didn't play until turn 200, but I was victor on the map at that point with point victory, ambition victory, double victory on the map on turn 176. I posted about that game on Discord. And I'm going to attempt that again. So obviously it's very dependent on the start, but since the 2 times I managed to eke a victory out of those settings, it was on multiple continents, so that was random. At that point, I'm going to pick multiple continents from the start. And I believe the reason for that is that because this map tends to produce, let's say, more balanced kingdoms between the AI players. So it's less likely that there will be a clear winner among the AI that would be a higher threat of points victory before we can manage. So I'm going to try that. Oh, welcome welcome to stream. Yeah, well, if it works, and that will depend on the start, and not only the start. I mean, I can reroll starts, of course, but also the disposition of the AIs and what we get. So, for instance, this is not doable. This is a land consolidation start, and there's no nation starting with land consolidation, so it will be a slow start at best. We have some growth, though, in our territory, and we could, I guess, attempt to make it work. There's 2 grain tile, not ideally placed, but we could do something with that, I suppose. It's really good to have very high growth, and for that I would like to have 2 grain tiles, if possible, that I could boost with a pair of granaries. So either 2 tiles distant or maybe adjacent to one another, something like that. Hi -1 Snapple, welcome to stream, and hi Blunt Magic as well. Welcome, welcome. So I'm going to re-roll this start, explaining a little bit. I guess I can take the time to explain why I don't think this map or this one is conducive to what I'm going to attempt. I'm almost certainly going to play Assyria with a champion start because the additional orders on kills are awesome for what I'm going to attempt. The free steadfast and extra military production from the beginning is also very helpful to deal with the challenge I'm going to attempt. And the focus promotion doesn't hurt either. When I managed these victories in the past, I was using a builder from the start. Builder is always a very dominant archetype in the One City Challenge. I would say by far probably the strongest. But in the late game, I was able to use Zealots, and the Enlist ability was very strong in allowing me to overcome the limitation of 1 unit per turn from One City Challenge. This doesn't exist anymore, so I won't be able to do that. I'm wondering if I can make this start work. It's not great for stone. We have quite a few wonders. Well, arid tiles are better than nothing, but it will be hard to expand our territory to gain access to a lot of arid tiles. The pair of grain is great, and if we get to land consolidation not too late, having some grove resources in our territory is awesome as well. But all in all, I think I'm still going to look for a bit of a stronger start. So we'll see. Tamil landowner. I haven't played Tamil with their current balance. So what would that mean? Landowners. Oh, training per rural specialist. Yeah, well, the thing is, I'm not going to eliminate everyone from the start. I'm still going to have to build up in OCC. So I don't think this is going to be very significant because I will want to keep most of my specialists for urban specialists, even if I have high growth. And indeed, I would say Blunt Magic that high growth is the key for OCC. And since I don't want to be playing traders or something like that, I probably want high grain for that. So I'm still going to reroll. Oh, you've never played OCC? Oh, it's a very fun setting. It changes things, of course. The value of, oh, that is nice. That is quite nice. That fits Assyria as well because they start with hunting, so we can get all three, well, 1 order and a half from these resources. We get a little bit of hills. There's the promise of mountains in the south. And by getting a farmer here, which will happen, we will want double farmers and granaries. We can double granaries, those 2 barley tiles. So that's decent. All right, let's not reroll eternally. We will attempt it. So we are playing champions, so there's absolutely no synergy, but our starting unit will still be steadfast, and we'll have focus because we are going to play Assyria. And that's already quite nice. As Assyria, if I remember correctly, we start with administration, so we will be able to get granaries quite quickly. And we start with trapping as well, so we will be able to make use of these resources relatively quickly, elephants and camels. Yes, I believe that's it. And beyond that, military drills, so we will have an opportunity to make early barracks as well if we can get the stone. So that will be something. Why Assyria champ seat? So Champion is partly because it's thematic, because I wanted originally to do a conquest one city challenge with champions specifically. And that goes back to a long time ago, where I did my first one city challenge conquest, but that was on, I believe, the Strong or Noble. That was a game of the week, and I went on a rampage, a berserk game, starting aggression from turn 20 or something like that, and going to war. And so for thematic or maybe nostalgic reason, I kind of want to play champions. I think the strongest way to play it would be to play just a regular OCC game, where you can race for research and all that, have a super economic build, and then convert to military. I think that would be strongest. But I kind of want to play champions because it feels thematic, playing a bit of a counter synergy. And these days, with a plus 50% training, it's still good to be able to produce military units early on quite well. So there we go. Trapping, administration, military drill. The orders on kill on Assyria are super strong as well. But yeah, if what you want is a victory, even a conquest victory, or to stack up multiple victories, it's probably easier with another family, with a super strong trader start, for instance, because traders are busted, or possibly landowners. Landowners are very strong in the one city challenge because the ability to buy tiles from the beginning is super strong, and starting with 3 citizens is also awesome. So yeah, and sages are always good, of course. So I would say that the default OCC family. But here we're going to attempt champions. Right, we are a builder, a witty one, apparently. We're going to assign our leader from turn 1. And we are going to work on our farm first thing. Do we have a general to assign? Yes, but not a good one. Because they are a hero, so they're not that great. They can still heal in in any territory, which is good. We'll want stone cutting early, if only for the stone boost potentially. And we'll start with making workers. Yeah, let's try to clear these guys quickly and see what we can find with our scout. I think I will want to harvest for a little bit of culture and move on. But the priorities early on will be trying to deal with rebels and potentially tribes besides us. And what do I want to do now? So that would be 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, we don't have the orders to do the everything, but I will want a mine very early on. So let's go for that. We've attacked. Move our scouts. Alright, we could get the legitimacy for minus opinion, get bonus opinion and bonus food. I think I'm taking the food. We don't really need it, but we don't want to have issues with the Egyptians either. Alright, let's clear out this camp. We gained 50 iron, excellent. Get some wood and some camels. And we'll want to start work on our farmer immediately because the citizen will help, because getting the second barley is a matter of urgency, and because we want to be able to make our granaries as well in this position as soon as possible. All right. Let's keep moving our scouts. I believe they shouldn't steal our spot instantly. I'm not sure I want to meet Scythians. There's silk, so we have and spice. We have quite a bit of land consolidation resources around. I'm not sure if I want to meet people. Well, I suppose if we have plenty of orders, what do we want to do with it? Probably send our militia up north. Heal our slinger. Gain some legitimacy and a little bit of stone. That will do. How do you ensure city sites are not repopulated after clearing? Well, you have to occupy them. That's the only option you have in one city challenge. Which is often less than ideal, but that's how it is. It's a challenge, so somewhat appropriately, it's challenging. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Somehow I queued. I want to get my camps. I guess I'll stagger my walkers. All right, so that's a little bit of silly micro. But it's often tough when all your workers are synchronized because you need the orders to move them and start builds on the same turn. Oh! Could marry Jeffrey, which is stressful for some reason. Or a tactician. And that would yield some orders. Well, I kind of like the tactician better anyway. Yeah, let us not let this incident prey on our fears, indeed. And scout a bit. Or maybe we want to catch this person, Hama, which should be minus 40 now. And she's the oligarch as well, and influence her. So we won't have a strength penalty anymore if she's not upset. And as well, she's our oligarch, so that will help with the relations with the Sargonid. So it's well worth the early influence mission, even if that's a little bit costly. All right, so that was quick. There's no goals anymore. Somehow they had, well, barely anything. We cannot go there. Oh, but we can cut these trees and start this camp. I think I want to harvest all that actually, so yeah, I'll send my slinger back to my territory. Slightly less upkeep. Alright, influenced successfully. Our walker is done. Well, rather than sending our scout, I'll send the walker to harvest. So that's the thing, you can harvest with workers, with settlers. It's not only scouts. I could potentially become cruel, I don't want that. Could get a courtier for some negative opinion, or I could get them with positive opinion. Excellent. So Rome is on what looks like the other continent. Our heir will be named after us because we don't want to. Well, I guess. All right, I'm cutting these trees, using them to make the next farm. Nineveh will get an additional worker, one more. We want to do that while we have a builder on the throne. Seems like the smaller site won't be too hard to mine our cities. That's something you usually devote resources toward in OCC. Yeah, that's part of the game. Actually, the mine our city feature is more or less intended originally for one city challenge, so that you have something to do with those spots. I believe this is likely to happen first. Do we have a chance to urbanize along the coastline? Yeah, not greatly. Yeah, well, not really actually. I'd probably want second farmer here because that will gain us access to these two groves as well. Six mines. Well, I guess we could expand our territory that way, but it will be slow getting to 6 hills that we want to mine, and we don't really want suboptimal improvements. None of the rest looks great though. Well, I guess 6 mines. Let's have a go at that. All right, so we got some wood. Harvest. Harvest again. Unusual happiness now that we can harvest some resources for it. So okay, and we'll start our first granary, I believe. Here, actually. Not sure if I want to invest into speeding that up. Probably not hugely. Alright, so this is blocked. I don't believe we really want to... Yeah, alright, let's go there. Let's grab the marble. Oh, and we get to be the gatherer. Sorry about that, I had to mute a little bit. I really want the farmer. I really want iron marking to be able to make warriors as well. I would like to have a chance to get the ambition for 5 workers, but that's not going to happen. It's a first level ambition, I believe. It can only happen on the first level, and we already picked one. So I'm actually going for a festival for the growth. Yeah, we should be done quicker than that, and I'll get the farmer at that point. A drought. Alright, that's unfortunate. Let's complete our granary though. And I guess I would like to move out of the range of these Scythians. Yeah, alright, and let's work on our barracks soon. Here, divination, I believe. Wonder check, any stick out to you? I haven't checked the wonders in this start. You are right. The Arkol, German Aqueduct, Yasilikaya, Necropolis, Apadana, Royal Library, Jebel Barkal, Acropolis, Museum, Al-Kasne, the Monumental Buddhas, the Pantheon, the Heliopolis. So, of course, because we only have one city, the balance is all over the place. Well, they have the same value for denial, of course. But here, what sticks out in one city challenge would be the Jawan Aqueduct if we had a great place for it. We don't. I suppose we could bulldoze the camels, and actually that would probably be worth it. Because that would be 5 citizens and 5 specialists, right? The necropolis is awesome for one city challenge, so that definitely sticks out as well. The museum is awesome. Al-Kasne is awesome. The monumental Buddhas would be great if we'd get to, well, for the religion opinion and for funding Buddhism if we can get there in time. The Pantheon is, yeah, well, I'd say about the same value, more or less. Well, it applies only to one city, but that's decent. The Heliopolis is, well, it's the strongest one there in the game. In one city challenge, not so much. You'd get at best 2 orders out of it. Well, you'll get 2 orders out of it. All your shrines will be in your capital. But that's not let's say, as compelling as it would be in another context. All right, so this was a stupid move, so I will not do it. I was going to start my second granary, but of course I don't have the culture level necessary for that yet. I'm going to be working on this farmer immediately. And we are going to pay for our first barrack. Well, actually, that's going to be a bit more than that. We are going to make a urban tile. And we are going to start our first barrack here. We will be able to make mines. So I forgot completely about urban tiles, which is stupid. That's one of the big reasons to... Well, I guess I don't really have a choice. Although, if I'm unpopular, I remain unpopular forever, probably. Because one of the pain points in One City Challenge is getting civics. I will get very little of it, so the stone is very valuable. And yeah, I think unpopular in this context is so bad that I will have to pick proud. That's dangerous. They have 5 cities to my 1. So we might die very early, but well, that's One City Challenge. It's sometimes very short. And yeah, let us start mine as well. We'll want to make some progress on that too. All right, what's our scout doing? Well, I suppose checking around, probably standing here to prevent the spot being settled. And I think we are happy not having met the Scythian. We will meet them without wanting it soon enough. But if they raid someone else in the meantime, that's not a problem to me. Alright, the drought has ended. That is quite good. Let's start our second barrack and finish our mine here. The oligarch was holding a favor from us. Well, I'll let you have your training. So she's cautious again now. A changed land. Oh, we could get a quarry on tile 2625. Where is that? Yeah, sure. Give us a free quarry. That's nice. I don't really want to invest in quarries on flatland at the moment. But if I can get one for free, that's fine, of course. Do we go for the harvest? This harvest isn't very valuable. Or I guess the north is better for that. Yeah, alright. We'll send our slinger out first. Proof of friendship. I don't really want to estrange the Roman king. Well, we can influence them, and I don't care about their 2 tiles. A court soldier. Or point of courage. Well, I guess a court soldier would be nice. Let me check the age of the princess. I will soon be able to tutor her, so... And by I mean a tutor. Will soon be able to tutor her. Alright, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, maybe we'll mine the goats for a time. Yeah, I don't really want to do anything with these people, so let's just move our scout. Ooh. War or becoming strict. I actually like the idea of being strict. We will make a few units, and 100 XP per will be quite nice. So let's go there. There goes the German aqueduct. All right, let's start our next mines. And let's get the free happiness from harvesting. Room for more than one. Oh, I could marry a Scythian. That's kind of tempting. I will get a decent chance at peace with them, I believe. Yeah, sure. Oh, Hinduism has been founded. Alright. I don't know who's on the map. That would be Vechi. I don't know. But if Moria is on the map, we probably don't have... Alright, where would we place the slums? I guess here, probably. Yeah, we want the free citizen, so I will choose the placement myself. Or we could put it here and get, well, one spot for a quarry at least. Yeah, I'm going to Jobentile here, probably, so alright. Okay, and we were talking about mines not so long ago. Let's cut trees. What? I could become a bird owner. I don't even know what that is. Do we want to become a bird owner? Or make a favor to the oligarch? Or maybe just get money? Huh. I'm not sure. Alright, I'll let you decide. Mine. And yeah, I didn't mention this hill because we will not have that many spots available to get riverside lumber mills from and decent wood production. So that would be that. All right. No one says anything. I believe we are becoming a bird owner. There we are. We are a proud bird owner, even. The princess can be tutored. All right, let's do that before I forget then. Yeah, by Sennacherib. Oh, I could go hand with the Scythian and have a 50% chance of becoming foolish. Oh, they are in love. I kind of want them to remain in love. All right. Let's try it. Not quite. All right, so let's just get Jobentile then. Zoroastrianism has been founded, and we've met Reggie, right. War will not be necessary, thank you. I mean, thanks for offering, but please no. Have we become foolish? No, we have not. Alright, so we are at peace with the Scythians. They will raid, I don't care, someone else. And we can harvest horses and potentially cattle in the meantime. Oh, there's no Scythians anymore here. Alright. So much for that. Yeah, they've been eliminated as well. Alright, divination. Rome is starting the oracle. We've done our mines. We are getting the stone bonus. Okay, we can make shrines, which I like. I think I want to urbanize. I would like to minor this spot. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do that though. I'm not sure yet either where I will want. Yeah, when I want my kingship shrine here, that is a given, and let's be done with it next turn, please. A matter of faith, interesting. Yeah, I want the spread, yes. Religion spread. We kind of want to pile up religions if we can. The princess could become severely wounded, brave, tough, or steadfast. Ah, yes, this stupid event. Alright. That's not going to happen. That could easily happen. And we could become, well, eloquent is by far the best of all of these in our situation. Robust would be a strong contender in other circumstances, but here I believe eloquent is very strong. We cannot tutor more yet. There's no urgency to. Well, I suppose I could influence this guy to get better yields because that pleased. I would have plus 50% positive yield and minus 50% negative yield. So alright, I'll invest in it. That will be more experience for my leader as well. We got our festival, we got our first two specialists. We are going to want our officers quickly though to improve on our pitiful research and accelerate our military production as well. Alright, paganism has been funded as planned. Yes, we want to keep tutoring. Yeah, I think we want our next shrine here. Alright, let's do that. Alpha order or to training? Well, to training. Doesn't sound too bad. Of course, it's 3 for us because we are champions. And yeah, let's be done next turn as well. Moment of change. Oh, they hold the favor from us. Alright. I could just pick the XP. I'm not going to do much with my civics, with my food, and I really need my civics, so alright. Let's do it that way. Actually, I'm going to dump a little bit of that food money. Alright, we appeared weak. Too bad. People are converting to paganism. Where do we want to go about that? Maybe we want a shrine here. Yeah, let's keep shrining. Let's sacrifice cause. Sure. What's the opinion of the Austrian? They don't like us. They're a hero, of course. A rebel unit. I would gladly deal with a rebel for an attribute point. We are, well, 45, so not that great, but I believe Egypt would steal our spot immediately. I don't know for how long it's protected because it's supposed to be 30 turns without Restless AI, but we've made a change recently to make that a bit quicker. I don't think it's reached main though, so maybe I'm safe. I don't know if the bunny is still around to confirm. I assume not. But alright, let's deal with the rebel then. Oh, a crit! Fantastic! Pays to be Assyria. Oh, we have a second rebel in celebration, and our general is ill as well. Oh yeah, from the slums. Okay. Alright, but we get a second crit, so we are quite lucky. No, you're not becoming foolish, dear daughter. We have 3 of our 4 shrines. I believe I want a urban tile here to get one more mine. I'm not sure what I'm doing with my scout, not much. Scouting, I suppose. Oh, I'm going to get to be displaced by this settler. Alright, stun boosts. We improve the wisdom of our heir. One of our husbands is healed. Our oligarch has recovered. Excellent. Well, that being the case, let's just get the kill. And the orders, of course. We are, after all, Assyria. Do we want aristocracy first? I think we want rhetoric first, actually. Or maybe we want police, because maybe we want to go forestry, then land consolidation. Aristocracy is good, because centralization is good. But that's 400 civics that we don't have, and that we're probably not going to have very quickly. I don't want to go 29 years anyway, so it's relatively good, that is. The border boost is kind of nice. We also want to be a bit quicker when we get it. Both are on the way to sovereignty, and sovereignty as part of the solution with a free civics card. Police doesn't do that much for us right now. Well, aristocracy also unlocks the ambassador, and the ambassador would be extra good. Police doesn't unlock very much for us. Well, I guess amulets are nice, but that's it. They're nice. Some agency in where we put our urban improvements is great. You know, CC, don't get me wrong. So that's valuable, but maybe not an emergency. But getting to forestry and land consolidation after that would be nice, and that's on the way essentially. All in all, I think I kind of want the ambassador to be able to manage my diplomatic environment. So I'll go aristocracy in this case. Sorry. Do we get our last shrine? I don't believe we get much value out of that. How much would it be to just pay for a wonder? We don't know because we don't have the civics. All right. What are we doing in Nineveh? I think we are getting our second officer. Are we getting our second officer first or our slinger? I think the officer is still a bit better. We are running it close, but for now that's valuable. All right, so we want some space here to do things. And that's the main reason why I'm extending my territory that way. At test door. Oh, no longer estranged. Yes. I could convert to Zoroastrianism. Do I want to do that? I'm not sure. Most of my people are actually Pagan. Petbird has adopted some of your more choice language and taken to repeating the vulgar phrase at every hour, day and night. The relentless barrage of obscenity has you reaching for even deeper parts of your vocabulary. I could gain courage and become uncouth. I could no longer be a bird owner. I could gain charisma by holding it in. Well, that is tempting. Yes. I don't really want the opinion penalty. The oligarch doesn't really... Who has a religion? Not really. Well, the Sargonids have a religion. So, alright, no. I'm glad to have Zoroastrianism in my territory, but we won't adopt it personally. Alright, let's tutor for cheaper, because this guy now likes us, officially. And yeah, well, they're both pagan, so I would have ruined my effort if I didn't do that. And maybe we can influence this person to help with our opinions. Alright, and what's our scout doing? Exploring a bit. We didn't get a single ruin, of course. Well, we can see that there was one here, but we got there much too late. We were avoiding the Scythians, so it's not really even luck. It's just how we play. The Duke could be tutored too. Alright, good to know. I think we'd rather hit this guy at the moment. Yes, let's keep mining. Yeah, I will never know how much for the necropolis until I have the civics. So, and for that, to gain the civics, we need to be done with our specialist. Could gain a... Oh, that's nice. That is massive compared to what we have at the moment. I was going to wax lyrical about the plus 20% culture, but this is really nice. Opinion bonus and for research for 40 years, that's 160 research. That's very nice. Alright, you be extravagant, my son. Oh yes, I would rather become blessed. Not impious, so we could, well, trade some courage for charisma, or we could become miserable and gain courage and discipline. I think I'm taking the charisma. I don't really need additional multipliers for research, for training. Are we dying if I do that? We are not quite dying. Oh, alright, we attacked already. I'm also an idiot, apparently. Yeah, yes, we are taking the trade. Sorry about that. Some cleanup to do. Alright, done. We are influencing, we are tutoring. Do we want to tutor more? Yeah, I believe we do. Alright. Earthquake. Oh, the necropolis is gone. That's too bad. The Duke is an engineer, the young brat. Oh, that's going to end poorly. The matriarch, right. Huh. She would become influenced, but then then this will end poorly, knowing the event. Alright, let's F off and heal. Let's repair the mine. And repair our walkers. We'll soon start work on our second granary. Oh, we don't have a choice anymore. Yeah, well, we could spend the training, so that's fine. Alright, the princess will be a tactician. That's not very lucky. I would have loved a builder, potentially a scholar maybe, with a field of study, but yeah, well, that's not an option. Borrowing a tunic. Right, let's buy the order and do it. And alright, we are done with our officers. Let's get some more military units. We have an ambition for it after all, and they will come in handy, no doubt. The oligarch has died, which is, well, treacherous. We are no longer here. And who's this oligarch? Commander. Alright. Oslinger is still doing work though. That's nice. Let's start our granary. And be done with it. Oh, 6 events. Okay, we could influence them, get an ambition to establish mythology, and acquire a mysterious sword. Or we could gain peace with Wedgie and acquire a mysterious sword. Or the king could become disappointed while we get legitimacy. I don't believe we can establish mythology. That's 600 civics, and we will have other stuff to do with that. The mysterious sword is nice, so but this time I would probably get a cult out of it. Alright, we could send the Duke to travel afar. Could have them become a Delver. Well, I believe that's nice. Sure. We don't have exploration, and we are not a scholar or otherwise inquisitive, so I don't value sending them to explore very much. That would be nice, a plus 80 opinion, but the cost is too much. Alright, we'll gain a militia for it. The Duke would also study philosophy. Could gain a point of charisma, 40 civics, 40 culture, 1 point of discipline. Well, I guess plenty of money would be nice. We are sort of done with making specialists. Yeah, let's pile up. We have 5 discipline. That's nice. Alright, this second militia could hold this spot for us. We are almost at the limit, so I'm going to send them in that direction. And yeah, we'll hold the site. With that, alright, let's do that before I forget. With Assyria, it's double recommended to get your kills first because there are orders as well. Yeah, I'm going to repair that with the Earth Walker. Let's get another quarry. Promptly if we can. And another slinger. Alright, we are accruing a bit more civics now that we are not spending it locally to make specialists. So we are also getting closer to completing our second ambition. We can tutor the Duke. Let us do that. It is a bit frightening. Oh, much stronger Egypt looks compared to the other. They have 7 cities. Rome has 4. Vichy has 4. Yeah. Alright, I want my slinger to be functional quickly, if at all possible. I don't know how much we want food here. I guess I'm going to get the wood. Oh, we are resourceful for that. Excellent. I keep forgetting that these new cognomens exist. And let's have this guy heal as well. Oh, we could gain a farm and a walker. A mine and a walker, a quarry and a walker. Hmm. Well, I guess a farm here and a walker would be decent. I'm not sure. We should urbanize to gain these tiles. I've been a bit too slow to do that. A mine, where would we put it? Nowhere. Quarries. I suppose we could get a quarry, a random quarry around somewhere. Let's get a random quarry. We need a bit more stone. Yeah. And with that, yeah, let's go and start to make urban tiles up there. That would be useful. All right, more rebels. Yeah, focus 2, sure. I don't really want any of the promotions on offer though. Alright, let's see what happens. Pay to play. The Duke could become corrupt and charismatic or uncharismatic and the righteous. Well, I believe you might as well be corrupt, my son. How many units do we have? 4. Alright, last one. For now, anyway. Oh, we've lost one of our kings. Judaism has been founded. Alright, good, good. I can say that I care extremely about that, but and there we go. Some more XP and orders. I should have done it earlier. Marry the oligarch. Or marry them to the princess. Well, they are 33, that's decent. Well, I wish someone better for my daughter. Might as well marry the bastard, I believe. Alright, let's do it. The Duke could become... they are piling up traits, right? They are corrupt, Delver, what else? An engineer, of all things. Alright, let's pick cultivator. No, we won't wield it in battle. Because the sword cult would be nice culture. And I think we would put it here. Right, that's 4 legitimacy and we'd gain, yeah, additional culture per turn, so that's decent. Yeah, I think that's fine. That's where I was going with my urban expansion, so that accelerates things a little bit. Yeah, I suppose we can keep expanding in this direction as well. Alright, we have a bit more room. We'll probably want these tiles to expand, have some riverside tiles for Bass when the time comes. Yeah, I don't really have much to do with my orders, however. Let's tutor kids. Even the Duke and Lil Nasir. Aristocracy, they have converted to Zoroastrianism, so they don't like us anymore. Or other husbands are dying. Yeah, Severely Hill and Hill. Not quite dying yet, but it's coming. Alright, we trained our 5 units. I think I want Iron Working. Just as an insurance, being able to make warrior is quite important. We will study politics. How many do I have? 11 of 20. Can I improve that significantly? Well, not very quickly, but I can probably improve it. Alright, I guess let's try. Can make my last shrine here. Let's do it. Alright, Nineveh is done with its slingers. What do we want? I believe acolytes are probably one of our best bets at the moment to gain some urban specialists and research, even if our civics is still hurting. Do we have an opportunity for a good ambassador? Not really. Well, that's unfortunate. 7 orders we don't know what to do with. What's our scout doing? Nothing. Alright, let's explore a bit more. Yeah, finding some stuff, I suppose. Are we decently experienced? We are somewhat experienced. We could maybe reach another level. Who would we influence? I think Joza is old. Well, yeah, but I guess we want decent opinions from these people. At least he's not Hill. Alright. The Duchess is spoiled. And we are going to die. Alright. That is most unfortunate. Let's do our tile buying while we have the ability. That's not going to last for long. And by tile buying, I mean. Let's make urban tiles. We are spending most of our money buying stone. As well, as often. Rebel phase. The Duke could become a hero. Well, do that then. Oh, the other Duke is a builder. Let's get peace out of Rome. We are severely healed. We are not doomed yet. We are just very likely to die. I would kinda like to make this guy my heir. Just because he's a builder, even if he's corrupt. I'm not sure I would engineer that without having everyone assassinate me though. Yeah, I am influencing. Yeah, well, I guess there's not much I can do. I'll have to wait and see if I survive to have a little bit more agency on that. Which is starting the Royal Library, alright. The one I really wanted was the Necropolis. Please to cautious, alright, and we are doomed. Alright, that was to be expected. The Duke could gain wisdom or discipline, we'd gain legitimacy or civics, or we could gain a courthouse. A courthouse would be nice. Courthouse would be quite nice. Plus 20% civics. I guess I want that. Here. Alright. And didn't. Alright, I'm going to die next turn. That's not going to matter anymore. The XP isn't going to save us. Well, I guess. Pick something. Alright. And we gain access to a small lake. And this place. And with that, I think we are going to make it quarry place around here. Weather walkers. Alright, we have 4, not 5. Right, so that's normal actually that I don't have any more than that. Alright, let's heal again. We can tutor one last point. We're going to be a tactician, which is not great value for OCC, but still better than nothing, I suppose. Do we want the acolyte or the scribe? We might want the scribe actually first. Yeah, a bit more civics would always be nice. Even if, well, 2 civics isn't super significant, but it all adds up, I suppose. Alright, we have died in office. This is no legacy, about which we cannot do much. Let's get some quarries. We are a tactician. Long live the queen. Do we want the everything? Well, no, becoming unpopular is just unaffordable for us, so let's not. Civics is nice. The Duke could gain some wisdom, well, I guess. Wisdom is always nice. Let's get a round of quarries. We have enough tiles for immediate needs. I think I want to clear the coastline if I can. Cannot tutor. Can we influence someone significant? Well, I suppose. It's always good to have the matriarch on your side. And I could have assigned my queen as a governor as well. Not that that would do anything, but Roman literature. How far are we from strong? Quite far. I guess a legitimacy doesn't hurt. Nope. We're not going to do any of that, so nope. The wisdom is nice. We want to be gaining experience, but I don't really want to spend 100 civics. Centralization, on the other hand, is a must. That's for research. Kinda want to keep an eye on Egypt, but there's no better place than here, actually. Alright, how am I getting access to all these tiles? I suppose I need colonies. There's not much choice. Yeah, well, probably anyway. Roma started the Apadana, unfortunate. Well, the border boost might be appropriate, actually. What has the matriarch done? Oh, she sent trapping to Reggie. Could imprison the matriarch. That's typically a big mistake. Could make a fugitive, which would be horrible as well. Or we could lose discipline. Ugh. Let's hope something comes out of that. Yeah, I do want the border boost. It's a bit painful, but I do want it. How much do we care about our family opinion? Not that much, it turns out. Let's endear this young queen to us. We got our apprentice scribe. Well, more apprentice acolytes? Is that what we are saying? I believe that's what we are saying. We do want sovereignty that much more, though. We are starting to accrue some urban specialists, and +1 research per would be great. So as you can see, the growth is very important. We have 7 citizens at the moment, well, 7 population at the moment, and that's on the back of these 2 farmer barley tiles with their pair of granaries. After the border boost, it looked like the hamlet would be enough to grab it. Let me check. Not quite, but it's going to be close, yeah. We'd need these 2 tiles and these 3, so hamlet here would gain us some of that, but not everything. I believe. Maybe we've tinkered with the rules again, and this may have changed. Do we want to influence someone? We did that already with dubious results though. Oh, she is fugitive. Yeah, I'm not sure if we want to try to capture her. Let's see what happens. Maybe we do though. So, could marry another tactician. Could refuse. Or if we were charming, we could do more. That brings us money, that costs us family opinion. Alright, that's fine. Family opinion isn't the hugest thing in OCC because we'll pile up all our bonuses in our capital, so we will have an easier time dealing with that. Let's get more quarries. Yeah, the border boost will help. Getting these tiles is also nice. So, and I believe we are. Yeah. Okay, Ricci and Roma are at war. That's nice. And Kush. We contacted Kush. Alright, so we have 3 continents. So that's why Egypt is so big, is because we are the only one on their island. Yeah, we're not going to pay, but we are glad to have met them. Yeah, rhetoric. We are going toward sovereignty. We want stats, stats, stats. We are going to have only a single governor no matter what happens, so start plotting against the prince. Why? Philo ultimogeniture, but that breaks everything, right? I believe it does. Meaning it makes everyone unhappy because they are bypassed. Let me try that again. We changed it recently, so yeah, I don't know if that works anymore. I'm not even seeing opinions. Were they all plus 200? Or this guy order and the succession didn't change, I suppose. Is your hair? Well, I don't know. I have no idea. Hmm. Do we want more quarries here? Well, probably we do, actually. We might end up urbanizing all that, but in the meantime, it's not the worst thing. To get quarries. I'd like to have a pair of warriors gaining experience on these barracks while I'm doing nothing, but I'm not sure much that does, so she's a spoiled politics student. Well, she's not very promising either. Alright, can plot against the prince then. You old fart. Yeah, not sure what I'm doing with my scout. Not much, I assume. Alright, the prince has got a kid. Good, good. Trade offer. Orders for food. Well, actually, we are having slight surplus of order at the moment. And I guess when we would need all our orders is if we were at war with Egypt, in which case this trade wouldn't exist. So, alright, I'll take it. Duchess will become a scholar, sure. Offering marriage to us. We could marry a Kushite, a vigilant judge Kushite, or a Roman tactician. Well, a Roman tactician would love us because we would share archetype, but he would also be a bit useless. A judge I could work with, I think. Yeah. I mean, I can assign them as governor. Well, of course, I still have my civics trouble, but I could find a use for them. Yeah, I think I want to send my scout back. Alright, yet another acolyte. This one or which one? Or that one? Well, this one. This one looks fine. And with a judge, we could hurry an elder scribe, maybe? Something like that. Not sure what I'm doing with this dude. His scout is, well... Not a super compelling unit. Alright, they're already up on consolidation. Alright, let's keep an eye on Egypt, I suppose. Kush is at peace with Rome, Zoroastrian legalism, alright. Yeah. Yeah, getting monasticism is starting to be somewhat compelling. Where do we stand with wonders? Well, for developing one, there's just a Jebel Bakal around, which I suppose we could make use of. Not great, but better than nothing. Well, I suppose I'm going to send a worker down to see about that. Well, we could collect significant amount of iron as well. But I kind of like that my workers are making quarries at the moment. We were late to do that, but it does have some value. Of course, we don't have the civics, so we don't know what it would take to get the Jebel Bakal at the moment. We still don't have husbandry to be able to get that, so in the meantime, yeah, let's chop for wood. Architecture and manor, intriguing, but we are very far away from it. Cunning would be interesting. A general is not happening. And swapping a point of training for a point of wisdom. I think that's nice. Let's do it. Hide my scout before I forget. Rhetoric, which he has converted. Alright, let's go sovereignty. Are we done with all our apprentice? Not yet. One more. And I suppose the forum would be nice too, and maybe we should get it first. Well, we can get it in 3 turns, so alright. Yeah, not much to be done about anything, I think. I could try to improve opinions. Well, this fugitive will eventually die, I hope. Well, let's keep our money. If we want to start a wonder, we'll probably have to buy the bulk of it, so. Our legacy has been secured. Nice. I'm not sure how secure it is exactly, but we are making some efforts in that direction anyway. Happy? Sure. Or are we with opinions? Decent with Egypt. Let's push it a bit more. They are the most threatening to us. Yeah, let's visit the city. Free law. Engineering. Awesome. Alright, that will help with wonders. And yeah, let's get closer. The king is dead. Long live the king. Jewish mythology. We kinda want Judaism in our city now, because that would be a bonus culture on all our shrines. grab some wood without clear cutting anything, because we don't have that many opportunities to get more wood now or later, so. Alright, we got our forum. They are at war with Rome, right? Yes, they are. How strong are they? They have 4 cities, and Rome has 4 cities. They just have plenty of wonders. Way too many, if you want my opinion. We could try to work on Roman opinions. They just don't like us at the moment. Because we are close, because we are trading with their enemies, because we are at peace with their enemies, because we refuse to marry them. Should we do something about that? I guess they're busy at the moment, so that's not an emergency. Not yet, of course. That's that's how emergencies work. Well, that's an excellent question, Magnus. So when you raise a city that has wonders, the wonders become available to be built again. And that's a very important mechanics in One City Challenge if you're going to go on a rampage, because you can definitely that's definitely one of your main ways to accrue victory points. As you can see, we are not doing brilliantly on that front. So stealing wonders by that way, right? Delay stealing wonders is a big thing. And that's also amazing for some of those wonder hogging games where you're trying to get them all. Of course, that fits that kind of desire quite well too. But you still have to raise a city, right? So you still have to go to war with someone who has 5, 7 times the number of cities you have. Oh, my husband was Seville Hill. I didn't even realize, and they're not anymore. Right? Let's whack this impudent rebel. Where's our last slinger? We only have 4? Thought we had more. I thought we had an ambition for 5. But maybe the militia that was produced counted as well. Well, I assume it did. Alright. Take another husband again. Well, that's sort of a family tradition at this point. Or we could endear our current husband. I think I want that actually. Yeah, plus 100. Very nice. Could convert to Zoroastrianism, which is always an offer, but our family is decidedly pagan. That wouldn't be great, I believe. Let's not. It's not great diplomatically, but if we can avoid issues with our family, that's good. The slum converted into a hamlet 7 turns ago, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking it's proving difficult to get those tiles. Those ocean tiles for our ambition, coastal or ocean tiles. The Apadana and the Royal Library have been completed. Gnosticism has been established. We really want a Gnosticism temple now, which means we sort of want to race for a chance to start the Jebel Barkal. Gnosticism is a bonus when you for temples, so that works. I guess I'm going to pick Islander. And Focus 2 if I have a chance. right? That's all right. And I get 2 more orders. Okay, I'll complete the Acolyte. After that, it's Council until I can start my Wonder. Wait a second. How much for the Wonder? No, we can start it now because we have Engineering. So it's cheaper. So I want to start it now, so I'll buy the order necessary, and we are starting the double Bakal. All right. We'll be getting 1 Wonder. 2 Elder Monk is going to be quite hard, because for that we need a second religion, and that's far from guarantee at the moment. Maybe we can hope for it. Establishing veneration is not going to happen. That's a first level theology, and they've both been picked. Maybe if we can fund Buddhism, but the XP would be yeah, significant but not enough. I would really like to have an ambition that can work though, but well, no, that's just not reasonable at the moment. Yeah, we'll see how the game progress, Magnus von Snapple, but if you want to, one thing I can do at the end of the game, at the end of the stream, is load up the end state, the last save, the victory save from that game where I went through all victories with an OCC game, so that we can look at what it looks like. Super late end game, 1 city challenge save. I have to warn that it's a bit crazy. All right, so we got constitution, we got sovereignty, not constitution yet. I really want to. All right, so this is very good, but we really want to cycle our techs quite quickly, because what we really want is a civics boost to be able to adopt our laws. So that's where I'm going, and that's why I'm opting for this this quicker tech, even if the beeline would be valuable. All right. Okay, so we get a second religion spread. We could endear them, get Judaism to spread, and get a free state religion. Or we could get just a spread. Or we could disappoint them. We are going to get Judaism, that's for sure, but I don't know exactly how yet. We can gain a courtier, let's do it. And that would be a nice 3 charisma for discipline, diplomat, merchant. All right. And we could lose a citizen. Why can't I? All right, I can't because I can't. Right, that's super painful. Can I game that out? Can I like start a specialist before I lose a citizen? Yeah, well, it doesn't look like it, unfortunately. Well, I could make a random rural specialist, but I don't really want to do that. And I don't think that would work. I don't know, actually. Well, I'm going to for science it by starting that. And what happens if I do that? Yeah, that cancels my build. All right. So we thought through that, but yeah, okay, I'm going to lose my citizen, and too bad. That's very unfortunate. But I can't do anything about it, so... Okay, so do we want to adopt Judaism as a state religion? That would piss off the Romans, quite definitely. Yeah, and maybe I have my answer there. That would make the Kushite happy with us, but these two are really fighting. And getting Judaism to spread would do most of the job, really. That would get us mythology, which is the main thing, because that's +8 culture with our 4 shrines. So alright, I'm just going to do that. Okay, we got all our acolytes. I could try to go for to upgrade this guy. I'm not sure that's valuable. The forum sort of is, because it pays off quite quickly in terms of global civics, which is what we are chasing at the moment. Hello, Honeypo. I really like your game. Please tell me about yourself. Are you involved in the development of the game, or are you just streaming? Yes, I'm involved in the development of the game. I'm a writer and a game designer. I've not been doing much development for some time now, for license reasons. But yeah, I made a few minor development in the game, some debugging, and I'm contributing to its design. I'm also involved in other capacities, but yes, I'm working with Mohawk in various roles. We are a small company, so I'm doing quite a bit of production as well, working with our artists and coordinating some of the related tasks. So I'm not sure or detailed an answer you want, but yeah, I'm definitely working with Mohawk and not purely as a streamer. Actually, this is the last stream I'm going to do in the regular schedule because we are going to stop that. So that's the streaming part is actually something Fluffy Bunny and myself are doing because we do it as a community involvement. Essentially, we are not that's not part of our job, as well as our Discord involvement, for instance. All right, who is this Duchess? Oh, one of our niece. Okay, well, let's send them study commerce. I would really like to do that, but I can't because I need to have a builder leader to do that, and I'm not. In terms of, oh, I would really want the museum, Alcasne, the monumental Buddha, the strong wonders are all excellent, but we are quite a ways away from strong yet in terms of culture. So I'm not sure we'll even get a shot at that. Might try though. Yeah, I'm going to pay the orders, so my sister, right? Let's assassinate our sister then. Manichaeism has been founded, alright. What is this? Oh, I don't have the civics, of course. Tribute. It's much cheaper. Enact divine rule, not going to happen, or not anytime soon anyway. And we don't have a choice, that's too bad. I would really like that +1 wisdom, and I would gladly pay 50 civics for it, but we don't have 50 civics, so too bad. We would have had it next turn, because on completion we would get 40 civics. But this happened a bit too early, I'm afraid. Well, too bad. Now we have it. Not much more, I believe, to do. Oh yes, this guy is on a chopping mission. Alright, assassination event. Some gain of stats. Alright. Well, I guess we killed our sister. A monumental gate. Interesting. We could become a delver. It's kind of nice. Could have a new courtier. We could gain a little point of discipline. The monumental gate is tempting, I have to admit. Delver would help our stone efforts for sure. The free mine, I'm not super sure what we do with. Probably put it here. Monumental gate is tempting. How many turns until we are strong in culture? 4 years? Well, that's not going to change much, right? Alright, let's become a delver. And I will choose a placement myself. Do we have a mine we want to put in the north? Not really. Do we? No, alright. Let's do a standard thing then. Duchess Arpanisu. Alright. And this worker will gather some wood. Yeah, we cannot do much more. Let's get ready to start on our Odeon next turn. I would like to do something about that, but that requires civics. I will need a lot more civics, so council. Council, yeah, we already have the second level of forum, so let's boost our civics protection the basic, simple, but working way. And we now have music. Alright, fitting. Duchess is intelligent, excellent. We still don't have our civics boost on hand. Labor force navigation is tempting. Making inroads toward forestry is tempting too. I get labor force. Alright, labor force. Labor force is never a bad pick. I suppose I sort of want to get a garrison. Alright, nice. Attribute points are always appreciated. Do we have a nice candidate for that? Eh, decent. I kinda want them to be tutoring my son from next turn on though, so let's not spend civics without good reasons. The fugitive matriarch has finally died. We have a new one. She hates us. She's a commander. But oh well. Suppose that's life. Could have peace with Kush. Yeah, level up is not so far away. The prince will study philosophy. Increase culture level 4 times. Well, that's going to happen if this game goes long enough. It's going to take a very long time. Orthodoxy is not going to happen, so too bad. Oh, Warlike is kinda nice, but we are not ready to make good use of it, so I'll just pick the Wisdom. And the Peace. And tutor my son. I suppose it's very tempting to assign my queen, right, for the research. Despite everything I said and did about civics saving. Yeah, we are just going to have to hit it, I suppose. Alright, we cannot really get wood. Well, I suppose we could get that. Everything else we want to have a chance to regrow, so that's why we are not clear cutting. That's quite purposeful. I'll remove the descent, because I'd like additional religion to spread, potentially. And descent prevent religious spread. And then council for 1 turn, and we'll try to race and get a wonder. Ideally, I'd want the museum. Oh yes, I should have failed that a long time ago actually. Numbers list. Yeah, get the wisdom. The city is still developing, so let's cancel. Our workers are all busy. Well, I suppose that's fine. We need 225 civics to start a strong wonder, so we won't have that next turn. We did get an event. Oh, here are our civics at long last. Cautious to pleased. King is dead, alright. Tutored by courtier, sure. But no. We have a single courtier and they are busy. Spearman and war, that's not happening. We could fund rebels, or we could betray them. I'm not sure we can need our money, but okay. Or our family opinions. Tragic. Appeal to his sense of duty and it would become estranged from us. Well, I guess I'll pay. %10 chance of becoming foolish, that's really bad. Impious is also really bad. Alright. Oh, Manichaeism spread. Excellent. That's awesome. We still want civics. Plenty of civics. As much civics as we can get. Yeah, we want to start a wonder first. That will be a little short, but we'll start the forum only after we start our first strong wonder. The Jebel Barkal is not too far from completion. If we are lucky, we are going to get a Zoroastrian temple. Lucky because that would help us with Gnosticism. So the temple will bring in 1 research per urban specialist. That's 5 years out still, for the moment. Let's cut what wood we can. This guy will be done, this guy too, so I will be able to start my theater and hopefully the museum next turn. Should be enough to buy the wood I need, or at least that's my hope. Okay, tutoring. We are just short of being able to start our wonder. Could spend civics. Is that worth it? Depends on the courtier, I suppose. Culture is kinda nice. The pagan opinion is kinda nice too. They don't like us too much at the moment, I'm afraid. Yeah, well, I'm paying for the culture. The prince could become estranged, but we'd gain a discipline point from it. Yeah, well, I guess I'm picking the discipline point. We need the money. Let's keep investing in council. Start our theater. And cut a bit more wood. Yeah, I don't know how much I would have to pay to start the museum. That should be affordable, 300 wood. Barely, but should be. We'll see. If no one starts it first, of course. Oh, they have converted to Zoroastrianism. That's good news. They've been hit by an earthquake as well. Alright, we got our civics. A pet monkey owner. Or do we want to become a pet monkey owner? I suppose we could. Well, skimmers are quite dangerous, but a commander would hate us. Slothful commander. Alright, let's have you skimmer then. Alright, this time we are going for monasticism. Let's start the museum. We don't have the money, but we can get the money, so let's do that. And what's the next wonder we want? I think it's Alcasne or the Monumental Buddhas. The Monumental Buddha would really help. Alcasne would give us an opportunity for awesome diplomacy, so that would be great too. That's not actually 1200, that's 900 because we have engineering. And both needs to be adjacent to peaks. I might even like bulldoze this camel. I'm going to chance it and wait for next turn though. Maybe start the forum in the meantime? Yeah, I can start a wonder and still adopt constitution, which will help. That's 10 research in one law. Because that's science per urban specialist, and we've been collecting all 4 acolytes and the 2 officers as well. So we have 6 urban specialists, which is not bad, and we're going to get more with poets soon. Alright, an earthquake has caused 1 tile to become hill. And the Duke has recovered. The Prince has become educated. Excellent. Well, that is nice. Okay, so which one do we start? I believe the Monumental Buddha is even better than Alcasne in this context. So I'm going to sell even more food and start it. May I? Oh yeah, I need to press Control. I was forgetting. Alright, so we are getting some wonders, which is not too bad. They are getting close to the half of the victory points needed threshold, which is not quite panic-inducing, but not a good news. Hopefully they will slow down though. I guess a lot will depend on how lucky we are with the Jebel Barkal. If we get to have a Zoroastrian temple or a Jewish temple. I'm not doing that, I'm not doing that, and I'm not doing that. Alright, too bad. So it is very important not to pick overly ambitious ambitions, especially in one city challenge. There are quite a few that are theoretically possible, but not actually possible. Like 8 generals, even being champions, for instance. Here at the moment, I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candidates for generals, counting my queen. In one city challenge, it's very unlikely that you'll have enough characters to be able to do that unless you have a large number of courtiers, for instance. Yeah, let's tutor as well. Influence, while we're at it. Ooh. Oh, Zoroastrian Temple. Alright, we are lucky. So yes, I will choose placement myself, of course. Where do I want it? Here. Truth be told, I don't care that much. Is this a religious place here? Not really. Yeah, I probably want my monasteries adjacent to potential groves. Alright, let's put the temple, but that's a lot of research for us. Let's look at the breakdown. So, the apprentice specialists are plus 14. Constitution is another 7. 1 per specialist, per urban specialist. Gnosticism is another 7. 1 per urban specialist. So that's why in many cases you want urban specialists more than rural specialists. Well, of course there are already 2 to start with rather than 1, but you can pile up these bonuses as well on top, and that's quite important depending on how things are going and what you're doing. But this is very significant. All right, we are done with the Jebel Barkal. Excellent. The Duchess could become pious. Yes, yes. Sargonids are angry and we have rebels. Why? Alright. Okay, 4 rebels. Well, let's deal with these idiots. Everyone wants to be a Highlander for some reason. Is the city on a hill? Well, yes it is. Alright. Let's kill that guy. I'm going to pick Highlander again by an order to hit this one. And I kinda want to protect my walker here, so I'm not going to move away. But still, hit someone. I also want to repair my mine here. Oh, jerks! Pillaging my farms. prince is no longer estranged. Excellent. That is quite good. Alright, I was hoping for the crit and I got it. Lucky me. Excellent. We're not quite killing unless we get another crit, so I might as well hit from here. Awesome. Alright, that was lucky. Okay, we are getting closer. Well, we are able to start another wonder, civics-wise, but we don't have the stone. I'm going to go for the amphitheater as soon as possible, though, which will delay the start of a potential additional wonder. But the Egyptian like us well enough already, so I don't think I need to invest money in that. Oh, the prince is a builder. Alright, that's great news. We are 54. I kinda want to die. As a leader, I meant. Alright. Well, I guess we are getting to the end of the stream, so we've got our first wonder. We were able to start 2 more. We got drama. Our research is starting to pick up. We got some lucky breaks. We haven't lost yet. This is not looking too bad. We really want to repair our farm here. I guess let's play one more turn. Repair this farm and everything. Monasticism? Oh, Rome has started Alcasne. Alright, that's unlucky for us, but I guess we can count ourselves lucky that we already were able to nab 3 of the 4 strong wonders. It's not like we efficiently raised for culture or anything, so I will want the 3 battering rams though. And from here, let's start the master poet. And we'll get the elder as soon as the amphitheater completes as well. And I dare say this isn't the worst situation, right, for the start of this game. Anyway, we're in it for the long haul if we're going to achieve anything with this challenge. It is quite a hard setup, one city challenge and trying to go for all victories. As an OCC game, it's not looking too poorly. Of course, I've had OCC game looking way better, but I was not playing champions to start with. So of course, an Egypt Sage start looks a lot better. It would have 1 more. Well, yeah, it would be 9 more research button, for instance, just because of the Sage bonus, and the stone gives you a shot at an early wonder, and your improvements are cheaper because you're Egypt. So there's a lot that would work better, but here playing an anti-synergy with champions, not doing that much with that, not being able to mine our cities early or do crazy stuff like that. This isn't looking too bad. We have a few units. Our diplomatic situation is well, it's solid. It's one of the best I've had in recent memories. Our research is proceeding very decently. We've had good character attributes, I suppose. We managed to nab a few wonders, more than I would have expected from the start of the game, with barely in a good spot to produce stone and all that. So I guess +1 for flatland quarries, right? Yeah, this is looking decent. So I'm going to save this one. maybe to be continued during a weekend or a stream, or I don't know. I'll try to continue it on stream. But if anyone's still around and is interested in seeing a super late game OCC save, let me see if I can find that. Yes, this one. Alright, so that was the previous time I achieved the conquest victory with Assyria. So there will be some error messages. That game was almost a year ago, so the game has changed quite a bit, and there will be some changes, but the save should load nevertheless. Well, not even a notification. So this is Nineveh, as it looks, with a small fire up north. So as you can see, the city has sprawled over most of the continent. There's a lot of urban tile because I razed all those cities. I just achieved victory by eliminating the last AI. I'm capturing Carthago at the moment, in the process of doing that. So you can see there's a lot of late game warring happening there with siege units and everything. So we won our ambition victory. We just won a conquest victory, and before that I won point and double victory. I believe first ambition, then point, then double, then conquest. Completely forgot, but we founded a religion in that game, Manichaeism apparently. We got 2 more, and as you can see, many wonders were piled up in our capital. Well, all 6 around the kingship shrine, but additional Colosseum and Ishtar Gate and everything. There should be more. Most of them will have been built, and the Yazilikaya is in the process of being raised in Carthage or Gadir or I don't know where. Let me see if I can spot it. Apparently I can't at the moment. Well, it must be somewhere. And it is in a city that I captured and that is in the process of getting raised. So at the end of the day, I would grab that wonder as well in my city. So there you go. So that's a bit of a crazy city, of course, with 31 specialists and 30 more citizens. It's level 25 happiness. It's legendary 5 and pumping over 1,000 culture per turn. It has all the luxuries in the world, as you might imagine. It's pumping 584 growth. Of course, all my resources are coming from here. A bit under 600 research here. So, well, there you go. That's what a crazy late game OCC capital looked like. With a lot. I didn't even bother making gardeners or anything. And, well, there you go. The Hanging Gardens are in the process of being constructed in Nineveh as well, which is, well, very fitting. And there you have it. So thank you for joining, and well, see you another time. Bye bye.